Okay guys, so here's my last unboxing, and it's the best to last, it's the Marvel Legends series, Evil Adversaries, Hobgoblin. This is definitely one of my favorite figures I bought. So yes, we're just going to take a look at the packaging. It's the Marvel Spider-Man Space Venom wave, and surprisingly I think this is actually the Amazing Spider-Man 2 logo up there instead of the regular Spider-Man logo. I think that is very similar anyway. On this side it shows Hobgoblin, and of course on the other side Electro. I also did look at Electro in the last video if you guys want to check that out. So yeah, on the back it shows both of the figures, and if you want to read the bio, pause right now. Hold on, pause now. And yeah, there's all the other figures in the wave here. And by the way guys, look here. Each sold separately, subject to availability. Alright, let's get to it and crack this thing open, guys. And finally take a look at this awesome figure. Punch through the packaging. Here's the figure out of the packaging at last. Yay. We'll get back to you guys and do the actual review. And here's Hobgoblin out of the packaging, guys. And you know what, guys? This figure looks pretty cool. It is a really awesome figure, guys. And this is this is the final video from our supernova haul. So yes, this is going to be an awesome figure, guys. We'll take a look at the accessories, and then we'll take a closer look at Hobgoblin. So this Hobgoblin figure comes with one pair of interchangeable hands here, guys. It comes with just these open hands, so yeah, these are just to hold the pumpkin bomb over here, which is just a translucent plastic, guys. And great, one of the other accessories fell over, but yeah, it's just a translucent orange type of color, and it has that awesome pumpkin smile sculpted into there. I think my camera is picking that up, and looking on the back, it's just got nothing on it. But yeah, I really like this pumpkin one. It looks really cool. And yeah, moving on, it also has this Demo Goblin head, which I think looks interesting. It does look pretty cool, and it does look pretty demonic and scary sort of type thing. I really like this tongue coming out here, and the paint for the most part seems pretty good on this head sculpt, and I really do. I think this is a great, excellent head sculpt of the Demo Goblin. So yeah, and I really like this dark shading throughout the mask. It looks really awesome, and I really like how it just goes down here. And yeah, so really awesome Demo Goblin head sculpt there. It also comes with this glider, which is probably way too small for this figure. It is a small glider, guys. It's basically, it's really small. I wish that they would have had a bigger glider, and it would have been like the Toy Biz one is even better than this. Keep in mind that Toy Biz one is really good, but for the most part, this is sculpted out pretty well. It has a really nice sort of skull thing on here. I don't know what to call this, but anyway, this is sculpted out pretty nicely here. No paint really. It's got a little bit of marvelization effect here. You can just have a look at all the sculpt. The exhaust pipe looks pretty cool. Yeah, and here's where you put his feet, and this is where his feet plug in, and they just slide over like so. Hold on. It's a little hard to do it behind the camera, but yeah, just slide in like so, and boom. But yeah, I don't think there's really a need for this unless you have a flight stand. So yeah, and also the final accessory this comes with is the Space Venom head, which looks pretty decent. I'm not going to build it, so I might as well just show this off. I really like the yellow paint in there, and the sculpting throughout. This looks really awesome. Yeah, it looks pretty clean. So yeah, nice looking Venom head sculpt. It's kind of weird though because it's Space Venom. So yeah. Anyway, let's just get into the actual figure itself now. And here is the first head sculpt that it comes on, guys. This is the sculpt that it comes on, and yeah, in the package. And I reckon this head sculpt looks pretty cool. I think it looks alright as Hobgoblin. I think they could have done a little bit more shading inside there or something to make it a little darker. But for the most part, it is a really nice head sculpt. And looking on the side, does not look like there's as much on camera. It does not look like there's as much shading as it does here. But yeah, it does have just as much shading. It's just because of the lighting here. Got some pretty bright lights on, so yeah, I'm looking at the top, you know, it's basically the exact same hood, except with a different head, of course, so yeah, moving down, I really like these sort of, this sort of pattern here. It's all throughout the figure, and this is a cool pattern, except the only thing is that it does hinder the articulation a little bit, which does bother me some, and yeah, it also comes with this little man purse thing. And you know that it's a cool sort of thing to have on him, but I just think it just gets in the way sometimes, and it sort of just always comes off like this, and yeah, it's really weird. But anyway, they painted that silver buckle in pretty nicely, and they also painted the other silver buckle down here pretty well, and the button. So yeah, nice sculpting. They painted this belt pretty nicely as well. So good job on Hasbro's part. Painted some orange in that belt as well. So awesome. And yeah, I've got these little loops in here, you know, and yeah, 2 pegboards at the bottom of the feet. And looking on the back of the figure, you know, I really like this cape actually. This cape is really cool. It's got all these nice rips inside of it, and it just looks like a really cool cape. It doesn't look like my camera's picking it up, but there is actually some shadowing effect inside here as well. So yeah, good job on Hasbro's part. It's a really nicely painted figure, I do have to say, for the most part, just besides this main body piece here. So yeah, anyway, moving out, we will do the articulation segment now. The head moves up, moves out that much, you know, moves up that much, which is okay. You know, you're not really going to get your Hobgoblin to flying poses, but then again, it's not really the best. It doesn't really look down that much at all. It has side to side movement and a good amount of head pivot. Nice head pivot there. The arms, you can rotate them all the way around. They make that weird clicking noise. Sometimes you do hear that with the Bucky Cat mold as well, so that's not unusual. And this is where the articulation is a little weak. The arms only move out that much. And yeah, they go in pretty nicely. They do have a bicep swivel in there, as well as double jointed elbows, which bend in that far. You can articulate this sort of wrist thing here, you know. At least I did before, but it's not working now. But anyway, this is actually a separate piece here, as you guys can see. I'll just pull it off for you guys. Oh, wow. Oh, it worked pretty well on this side though, so yeah, I'm not sure what's up with this one here, but anyway, it is a separate piece, but there's a wrist swivel here, and there's a hinge that moves up and down on the hand. It does come with an ab crunch that moves forward. Oh, it's not really that far at all actually. It moves down that much, and it moves back that far, so it definitely moves back more than it does move forward. Anyway, there is a waist swivel, which doesn't look too bad. I think this purse thing sort of covers it up sometimes, so that's okay. And you can move this belt up and down. It's a separate piece. You know, it's a separate piece. Anyway, legs kick forward. They do move backwards that much. They go outwards that much. They also have a thigh swivel there, as well as double jointed knees that bend in that much. Sorry, yeah, they bend in that much. And there is a boot calf swivel, as well as an ankle hinge that moves down that far and up that much. And it also has an ankle rocker pivot. And of course, as I showed you before, 2 pegboards at the bottom of the feet. So, yeah. And here is the figure right here with the Hobgoblin head sculpt on. And guys, I think this figure has to be one of my favorite figures I got from this haul. Like, seriously, I really like this figure a lot. I like the paint, the blue paint that's on the legs. I really do dig that pattern as well. And I really like how they're using... I just don't appreciate the articulation on here, you know. But I do think it is a good sculpt. And I like how they're reusing it for the Green Goblin. But, you know, the purse kind of annoys me a little bit. And yeah, you know, and I think that sometimes some things on the figures does look a little bland. That glider definitely could be a little better, but you know, overall, I think this figure's a pretty decent figure. I suggest you guys getting this figure. If you don't have a flight stand, be sure to get one before buying this figure. You know, I obviously have one, that's why I got him flying right here, but you know, if you guys don't, you guys should probably go get one. There are some out there. I'm using the Mayfix stand right now, so yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed my review, and if you guys did, make sure to hit like and subscribe. And until next time, J Pineapple out.